flashing, high school football practices are underway. It's the best time of the year. Welcome to Little Chute High School for our 2025 Sports Showdown Schedule Reveal Show. To my left is Kelly Hallinan. I'm John Miller. We are your NBC 26 sports crew. To my right are the legends, Ted Stefaniak, John Mino, returning for what, your 50th year doing Sports Showdown?
50, 60, somewhere
along those lines, yeah. But I'll tell you what, Ted and I talked about this. Once the season ends, we always talk about how much fun it was, and when it gets to be this time of year, we always talk about, can't wait to get back in the saddle. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Friday nights are special.
Yeah, WACY TV 32 has been broadcasting high school football games since 1999, and you and I have been doing it since 2002, so at least this century.
My hair is a lot darker.
A little bit.
I think I was taller and thinner, too. Just being honest.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's get to our first game of the year. Drum roll, please. It's the reason why we're at Little Chute High School. The Mustangs are hosting Winneconne on August 22nd, Friday.
Yeah, Winneconne, that's a team we haven't seen.
Oh, man, I sure read a lot about them.
You see their quarterback and what they've got coming along this year and what they did last year. They won the Bay Conference last year, and they've got their quarterback again this year, and he's also one of their top running backs as well.
Yeah, he was responsible for 48 touchdowns. One person, 48 touchdowns. I've never seen that before around.
You guys are in for a treat watching Brody Schaefer this season, but as for Little Chute, they've shined under Ted Evers over the last 6 seasons, but from what I understand, there's a new cowboy at the helm of the Mustangs this year, Kelly.
Yeah, this Little Chute team might look a little bit different under first-year head coach Mark Kromenacher. I caught up with the Mustangs about what their focus has been this offseason and how it's translated to off-season workouts. It's a new era for Little Chute football, and the Mustangs are embracing change with energy and optimism.
With the new coach, it's been a lot to learn for sure, but he focuses on just taking things one thing at a time, small steps that lead up to big things.
That new coach is Mark Kromenacher, and while he's new to the head job, he says the foundation is already in place.
Obviously, it's an established program with a lot of great tradition, so I'm just here to try to add to it and pour a little gasoline on the fire that's already going here.
Players say it's not just new plays, but a new mentality, built on intensity, connection, and commitment.
The communication is way better than last year. You know, we've been staying consistent. We've all been working hard. Everyone shows up on time.
With our new coach, I've definitely noticed like a brotherhood. He focuses on us being united.
For Coach Kromenacher, it starts with trust and a daily commitment to raising the bar.
We want to bring it to the next level, and how can we keep things going, ramp it up, and I got to build the trust first. It all starts with trust, but if we start to get that, then I think the sky's the limit, and we want to establish a really high standard from the start.
And it starts with a big Week 1 matchup against Winneconne.
It's going to be a fun game. They're really explosive, and we're going to have to try and stop their number 3. If we win that game, when we win that game, we'll do a lot of great things.
Yeah, it'd be a huge win, but we got a lot of things that we need to do before then to kind of build up to get to that, but it'll be very exciting. I can't wait.
A new season, a new standard, and a program looking to take the next step. Well, I'm excited to see who steps up for the Mustangs and how they match up with Winneconne in that Week 1 game.
Yeah, these two have played to start the season 2 out of the last 3 years. Both teams have won once. All right, now let's get to our second game of the season. That's on Thursday, August 28th. A Thursday, folks, so make sure to tune in then. That's at Papermaker Stadium as Kimberly is hosting the reigning D1 champs, Bayport, who seemingly came out of nowhere last year.
I tell you what, this has been one of the fun non-conference games that we always hope for the last few years. The last 3 years have been playing non-conference. Bayport, Kimberly, 2 of the top. Kimberly, you always see in contention for a state championship, but this year it's Bayport coming off their very first state championship.
And they did it with a resounding force, didn't they? The way they went down to Madison and all the way through in the playoffs, that was I'm not sure I've seen a team improve more from early in the season to the last game of the year than Bayport last year.
Absolutely, and they've got their quarterback and their top running back again this year. They've got to replace some big guys on the line, and they were big.
Oh, they will.
But they will. Yeah, they'll find a way.
As for Kimberly, they've beaten Bayport 3 straight times. The last time Bayport beat Kimberly was way back in 2019.
Yeah, I spoke with head coach Chad Michaelwitz about the significance of this matchup, and he said it's always a big game because it's 2 old school programs that do things the right way.
There are 2, I think, communities that semi-mirror each other. There are 2 programs that semi-mirror each other, both really well coached for a long time. And what a better matchup. We beat them last year, but they won a state championship, you know. You can't look backwards. None of the previous matchups matter. It's about this one. But I think that's always a big-time matchup, and it gets a lot of attention, and rightfully so.
Yeah, Michael Witz knows that one's going to be another battle against the defending state champs. And I'll have more on Bayport coming up a little bit later in the show. But, John, how about week 3?
It's a team, one of the teams Chad Michaelwitz is all too familiar with. He was the head coach of one of our next matchup. That would be the De Pere Redbirds. They're going to be at Pulaski in week 3. That's going to be a fun FRCC matchup, guys.
We always like to see that one.
I was just going to say that, yes. We always enjoy that game in Pulaski.
Absolutely. And are you ready? Have you got your steps in? You know, the Pulaski stairs.
I know.
They're steep. They're
I know.
tall.
2 years
You've
in
had
a row
some
I
trouble in the
struggled.
past.
I know that. Well, we'll
gotta
see.
get in
I'm a
shape.
gamer.
We got to
You know,
get in shape.
I'm a gamer.
But that is a fun one, the FRCC. And again, these are a couple of teams that are trying to get into that next level.
Absolutely.
With the West De Peres and the Bayport.
And they're so close. They got to make that next step. But this is a big ball game for both those teams. Each team is going to look at that and, okay, we need to win this ball game. And I love the fact that they're longtime rivals from back in the 40s.
Yeah, Pulaski's looked a little different over the last few years. They're actually passing the ball.
Almost 1,000 yards passing last year.
Wow, that's insane.
I know, right?
Yeah, these two teams faced each other last year, De Pere winning 32-14, and I spoke with Redbirds head coach Ben Strickland about this matchup, and he told me anytime they play Pulaski, they know it's going to be a physical game on both sides of the ball, and he said it's one of the conference games they always circle, but especially this year. It's their first FRCC North game of the year, so they're going to want to start conference playoff on a high note.
Oh, that's going to be a terrific clash, but we have 3 games down, 5 more to go. Don't turn the dial or whatever you have, the streaming. We'll be right back.
Friday nights, the WNBA is on Ion. The Liberty face the Wings. Then, the Aces host the Storm. Coverage starts Friday at 7. Find Ion wherever you watch. Ion, it's on. Presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back into our 2025 Sports Showdown High School Football Schedule Reveal Show. It's hard to believe that you two have been around for so long that there's teams that still haven't been on the show, but that's true in this case. We have Bondwell coming off a terrific 2024 season. They're at Kewanee. That's going to be a great matchup. Kewanee's an always solid team.
Well, you talk about Bondwell having a terrific season. They were the Packerland champs last year. They beat Kewanee by 4 points in their matchup last year. They made it to the state semifinals. They
played tough,
run
played a real tough game
since
in that
2010.
Yes.
So, and they're loaded again.
Their quarterback, 27 touchdown passes. That's not bad, is it? 27! That's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. I love that level of football. I really and truly do.
And when we're talking about Bondwell at Kewanee, you always have a little special thing for our trips to Kewanee, don't you?
I love the citizens of Kewanee. Please keep feeding me. That's all I'm going to say.
And Bondwell's got Ryan Westrick. He's got Division I offers to play defensive end. He also plays fullback. I'm just trying to figure out why they don't give the 6'10", 270-pound kid the ball every time if he can move that well.
Yeah, I just covered Kewanee's trip to state for baseball, and they have a lot of guys. They have 10 guys who also play football, 5 of those starters. I know you mentioned their quarterback. He's also their star pitcher, Brett Paulson, so he's going to be a fun guy to watch on the football field as well.
Yeah, and I don't know how we do a segment about Kewanee and you don't mention Matunke.
Matunke, I was going to not do that just because I wanted to, show people I've changed. I'm more concerned with my diet.
You haven't changed, and we'll be talking about Matunke and Kewanee this year.
Oh, yes, we shall.
We can't talk about Kewanee without talking about their head coach, Randy Charles. Since taking over in 2016, he's 74-26, one losing season, and that came during COVID. So throw that out the window. He's done a heck of a job there.
And that's another one of those programs on a Friday night when you go up there, the whole town turns out. It's just a great setting, and those are all the things we love about high school football.
It doesn't hurt to go over to the shore. Well, let's transition to our Week 5 matchup. This might be another first. Tell me if I'm wrong, but a team we might have never had, that would be Hortonville. They're at the always tough Appleton North.
Yeah, I caught up with Hortonville head coach Nick Reicher, and he said Appleton North is always going to have a great defense. They have one of the best linebackers in the state in Ben Wenzel, who just committed to Wisconsin, actually. But Reicher said his Polar Bears will need to take care of the football, run the football, and keep their offense on the field for as long as possible to have a chance against the Lightning.
Well, we always know Appleton North has a great defense, but once again, we're talking about their offense. They lost 4 out of 5 games to end the season. They averaged 12 points a game in that time. They have trouble putting up points. We'll see if their offense can improve in their second year under Nate Otto, but they also didn't beat a team with a winning record last year. That's just not going to get it done.
Well, Appleton North, though. I mean, you talk about Appleton North, they're always going to be in the mix.
Don't worry about them.
Always in the mix.
They might have a down year, but trust me,
the offense has got to get it together.
Absolutely. And ironically, they've had great offenses over the years.
Yes, they have.
Yep.
All right, guys, we got a few more games to go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Here's one sweet deal. For a limited time, any size float is just $3 at A&W. Ice cold made fresh root beer. Creamy vanilla soft serve. Best served in a frosted mug. Any size float, just $3. So don't let this deal float by. Only at A&W.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's summer event time, Sam. Great time to buy.
A Ford F-Series truck.
Take your pick. Gas, all-electric, hybrid, and diesel. With impressive towing capability for any size to-do list. Like building a house.
A two-story brick colonial.
Or hauling that boat to the lake.
What?
That's actually on my to-do list.
Oh.
Now lease an F-150 STX for $499 a month with 0 down for 36 months. Plus, get a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years. Visit your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
After an accident, the insurance company is not your friend. They may try to bully you into signing away your rights. That's why you call Hupy and Abraham first. It's the answer to all your problems. Medical bills, pain and suffering, lost wages. You need the resources and the experienced staff to take on these big insurance companies and make them pay. The insurance company knows their name, and they're right here in Wisconsin. The answer, call Hupy and Abraham. Tell them you mean business.
Looking to trade in jewelry or coins? Trust the professionals at Vakes, Fox Valley, Coin and Diamonds, etc. Family owned and operated since 1964, we're one of the longest running businesses in our industry in the Fox cities. We buy anything gold, silver, or platinum, as well as U.S. collector coins. Offering honest, reliable service, we'll conduct a full evaluation of your item and determine a fair value and price. Visit Vakes today.
A&W. Try the double barbecue bacon crunch burger. Back for a limited time only. 2 juicy all-beef patties topped with melted American cheese, smoky bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and crispy fried onions. It's a steakhouse burger without the steakhouse price. And then some.
3 games left to go for our Sports Showdown schedule reveal show, and you guys, this is a rivalry that dates back a long time, an FRCC South matchup. The reigning D3 champs Notre Dame hosting Menasha.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to see Notre Dame in person on the Showdown last year. We're going to see them this year. This Notre Dame team, though, has some big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill. Christian Collins over 3,000 yards rushing. What he did down the stretch and in Madison was unheard of. That was just
record-setting performance in Madison.
Record-setting. But they've got some great young talent coming back, and like coaches always say, nothing inspires kids to get in the weight room, the younger kids, more than seeing the success of seniors who have moved on. I think this could be a type of matchup that we used to see in the playoffs when Menasha would play Notre Dame. 2 teams that just smash-mouth each other.
And speaking of coaches, I caught up with their coach, Mike Rader, talking about the new faces on their team, but also they're opening up a brand new turf field.
They've seen it, and now it's their turn to go execute.
Last year's undefeated state title run is in the past, and the returning Tritons are more than ready to create their own legacy.
It's going to be 10 out of 10, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, and, you know, we're going to have to have some people step up, but we're going to be really good this year, and we're going to make another run at state.
Say go! If the Tritons want another crack at a championship, they'll have to go through stiffer competition as they moved up from Division III to Division II.
For us, we're definitely probably one of the smaller schools in D2, so I feel like we have to prove something, and so just super excited for that.
The squad knows that it's almost impossible to replace guys like two-way star James Flanagan, who is now at Notre Dame, and running back Christian Collins, who finished his high school career with the 5th most rushing yards in Wisconsin history.
I think we have to figure out who we are, and I think once we do that, we'll really open up the most potential that we have.
One guy who is returning is senior quarterback Max Pierce, who threw for almost 1,200 yards, had 15 touchdown passes and only 5 interceptions, while completing 70% of his passes in 2024.
We'd like to be able to open it up more, and he knows that, and he'd like that. Every quarterback would like that.
One thing not returning in 2025 is the old turf for their football field. They will be breaking in their new turf field in Week 2 against De Pere.
We were fortunate to have one of the first turf fields in the area a long time ago, and it saw its better day. And so I think it's pretty cool to be able to go back out there on something new.
So a lot of new faces for Notre Dame this year as they try to repeat another state title, but they're bringing back Richie Flanagan, James's brother, and he's got some big-time D1 offers to play offensive line and maybe even defensive line. This kid is going to be a star, and he's got 2 years left to go.
And how big is he?
Oh, he's probably about 6'4", 270.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. I mean, when you see a lot of success for these high school teams,
right?
You know, we like to talk about the quarterbacks, the running backs, the specialty positions. It all starts and ends.
Absolutely. And
with
there's
the lines.
We talked about this so many times, how big these offensive linemen are these days. It's incredible, isn't it, Ted?
And, you know, we saw Bayport lose a couple of big ones. A lot of great offensive linemen, defensive linemen in our area. Man, we get to see another full season of them this year.
Can't wait.
We've given plenty of love to Notre Dame, but for Menasha, Jeremy Korth, their head coach, has done a terrific job there. Since 2011, they haven't had a losing record.
And they've gotten a lot more kids out for the team. That's one thing I know he really worked at, and it's proving to be working.
Now in week 7, we head back to Papermaker Stadium. This is usually everyone's favorite game of the year. They host Neenah. Coming into last year, Neenah had beat Kimberly in 19 years. Well, they beat them twice, once in the regular season and once in the playoffs.
Yeah, I asked head coach Steve Young about that, and he said that changed the mindset of the program at all levels. It's told those kids that they could really compete with the best teams in the state. But obviously this year, the Rockets don't have their all-state running back, Grant Dean. That's big shoes to fill. But Young said they did a lot of things with Dean, but he's really confident in these younger guys that he's been developing over the years. And he also has confidence in their quarterback, Ashton Van Beek. He's going to be one of the key pieces for their offense.
He can make plays with his feet. Have you guys watched Van Beek? He's a stud.
And we saw him at quarterback a couple of years ago in an
as a
injury
sophomore,
situation
freshman or a sophomore.
Yeah, he's got the experience, and I don't think there's going to be an issue
No, he's a veteran. He's a savvy veteran.
I'm excited to see this new look Neenah team, but we have 7 games down, 1 more to go. We'll have that coming up after the break. Welcome back to Mustang Country. We're at Little Chute High School. 1 more game to go in our Sports Showdown schedule reveal show. And you guys, this is a matchup year in and year out. That's a blast. I think there's a game-winning long field goal a couple years ago. It's the Phantoms of West Appear hosting Bayport in an FRCC North.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the most exciting games we've ever done.
Yeah, when you're talking about high school football, it's not just 2 of the best in the conference, 2 of the best in the area. Yeah. It's 2 of the best in the entire state.
And like we were talking earlier, you know, that's the game that other schools from Madison, Milwaukee, all those areas, they kind of watch those games to see exactly the talent level, because that's a great barometer when you have those 2 teams playing.
And we talked about Bayport already. A little note on the quarterback over at West Appear.
Mr. Greisen, I'm telling you, I've never seen a high school player throw a football like he does. I mean, he throws that out pattern at about 30 yards like an NFL player. He's got that kind of arm strength.
John, I know you had that arm strength in high school, didn't you?
Yeah. About time somebody brought it up.
Yeah, I did a story on the Greisen family.
The football, we're going to throw it around.
I did a story on the Greisen family a couple weeks ago, and you know, he had a great teacher in his dad, Chris, and they share a special bond over football, and they're looking to win it all in D2 this year.
Yeah, well, West Appear was one of Bayport's 2 losses last year. It was by 2 points, so the Pirates are going to have their hands full with Patrick Greisen, but they're coming off of a state championship, and this year, they're hungry for more.
It does give us motivation. We want to go back-to-back, which is very hard, but I have faith that we can.
Even though last year's championship fuels them, the focus isn't on the past, it's on the present.
The first day of practice this year, Coach said 2 words we don't say, last year. So we don't really talk about it.
It's a new year this year, so we got to keep dominating, don't get complacent with everything, and just keep our foot on the gas pedal.
Brady Moon is one of Bayport's key returners, coming off of a season where he rushed for nearly 1,500 yards and 25 touchdowns. He says this year's team is as close as ever.
I really feel connected with this group of senior guys and even the younger classmen as well. All these guys, even the younger classmen, are capable of being stars too, and we think we're going to be really good.
With his senior season fast approaching, the mindset is simple.
Yeah, keep grinding, keep getting after it, and just give it my all, play every down like it's my last, and we're going to be good this year.
Last year was a high-scoring thriller, 45-43. I think this year's going to be another close one.
No, it's one of my favorite matchups of the year, but that's not actually our last regular season game. You guys, we have Week 9 open as well for whoever we want.
And open is the right word. TBA. We'll take a look at how the teams are going about the season. We always seem to not miss somebody, but there's a team that's going to pop out that you go, wow, they're really having a great season, and we're hoping to get conference title, an undefeated team, something that has playoff implications.
I think that's a great idea, keeping one open like that. I really do.
Absolutely. Well, there it is. Our Sports Showdown schedule reveal is done. Who was everyone's favorite games? Well, we'll have that coming up after the break. Welcome back to Little Chute High School. The schedule has been revealed. What's your favorite matchup, Kelly?
Yeah, I don't want to steal your guys' favorite game, but Kimberly-Neenah, I think that's going to be a big one. I believe it's the Papermakers homecoming game, and I think they're going to want revenge after what the Rockets did to them twice last year. Both communities show out for that one. I think it's going to be another thriller.
Kelly, you stole their thunder. That's their favorite game every year, I feel like. So you guys got some difficult decisions.
This year. Go ahead.
I'll
Kelly,
go political. That's like trying to name your favorite child, right? They're all my favorite. But if I have to pick one, I'm liking that West De Pere Bayport game near the end of the season.
No question about it. I'm looking at the very first game. Winnicott right here against Little Chute, that quarterback that scored 48 touchdowns last year, 1,700 yards rushing, 1,800 passing. I can't wait to see him right here.
All right, mine's Bondwell at Kewanee. Remember, you can find all those games on TV 32 WACY, and it kicks off right here on August 22nd. Little Chute hosting Winnicott.
Seeking financial independence for you, your family, or your business? For whatever the future holds, when you trust a company to manage your wealth, you deserve dedication, experience, and confidence. The team at Vanden Boom Verstegen Wealth Management provides guidance where you may be seeking solutions, investments, financial planning, preserving your financial assets, or setting up your retirement. Vanden Boom Verstegen Wealth Management, a team of professionals invested in your future. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor.
Looking to update your kitchen or bathroom? Majestic Tile Company is your go-to for all things tile. Visit our Green Bay showroom to see our wide selection of tile options made from a variety of materials. We offer in-showroom design consultations as well as assistance on your DIY projects. Already have tile installed but need help with upkeep? We also offer a variety of cleaning services. Call or stop in and make your project majestic.
Escape the heat to True North convenience stores and get any size True Oasis fountain drink for 89 cents with True Rewards. Cool that thirst with any of your favorite Pepsi fountain drinks for 89 cents. As a free True Rewards member, pick the perfect size for you. No matter if you're craving a big drink or a small sip, it's just 89 cents. Don't have the True Rewards mobile app? Find it in the Apple or Google Play Store to download and save instantly. True North convenience stores. Fast, friendly, clean.
Hungry? Then it's time for the best pizza in Wisconsin. Get Gallagher's Pizza dine-in, delivery, and all-you-can-eat lunch buffets at any of our 4 locations. And don't forget to feed the office with our corporate orders. Gallagher's Pizza, the best pizza in Wisconsin.
Life comes at you fast. Let Simon's Cheese help you catch up by making your next meal. Topped with our World Championship mozzarella and the toppings of your choice, delicious pizza goodness is a phone call away. Quality, convenience, and service. That's Simon's Cheese.